This week on the Push Pull Leg podcast, we talk about the actual realities of being a PT, and we use some lists for Christmas food and superfoods. Alright, 3, 2, 1. It's a reality check, Dan.
Hey guys, welcome to the Push Pull Legs podcast with myself, Damik.
And me, Tom Hall. What's going on, bro?
My reality check is I have to fucking speak to you every week.
Every week?
That's a reality check.
Every night right now.
Just when you think you might be doing alright and you might have just made it a little bit. You know, you feel like you're having those good days and you think, oh, maybe I am cracking this thing as an online coach. And I'm like, no, still have to speak to Tom every fucking Tuesday, don't I? So it can't be that good. You keep me grounded, so it's all good. I can't
you got to look upon my life and be like, you could be like that. And
it could be that bad.
It could be that bad, exactly.
I could be that bad. That's exactly it. I could be that bad, mate. And luckily I'm not.
These last two episodes, I have no idea whether you've heard it, but we're doing two back-to-back because we're #grinding. It's Guy Fawkes night. What are you doing?
It is Guy Fawkes night.
What were you doing? Pointing?
Laura's just come in and I was just showing her that Frankie was here. But speaking of that though, but yeah, so we had the puppy trainer here today. So obviously if you listened to the show last week, this is going to be really weird because we just talked about
wait a minute.
Oh shit. But they're saying that obviously when they're puppies that they're really receptive to things. And we were obviously worried about this time of the year with dogs and stuff. But he was outside earlier, just like potting around the garden. I was waiting for him to go for a shit. And really loud fireworks going off and all sorts. And he was just absolutely fine, not as slightest bother. And then we read the material that the puppy trainer's given us, and they basically said that between the weeks of 8 and 16, you need to take them like near, not obviously like near roads, near, like
just putting Frankie in near-death situation around
put them out the way of the car. But like, and expose them to like fireworks, loud noises, sirens and stuff, because they then become like, it's just normal. They're like, oh, I've grown up this, it's fine, it's normal. But it's just interesting because I know people obviously do fear this time of year. And Laura texted me while I was out with him saying, oh, is he okay? And I was like, absolutely fine. Like, we weren't even inside, we were outside. Quite loud, big bangs, and he was just like, cool, absolutely fine. He was biting away at the hedges.
It's really interesting because one of our dogs is absolutely shit scared of it all. She's shit scared of everything, but so one of the weirdest one is she's scared of the message ding that's like ding, and it kind of resonates. Oh, absolutely scares the crap out of her. Like will run all the way outside as far away as possible.
So yeah, it's really interesting, like listening to the training, because obviously we've tried to be very much like, look, we need to get him outside, doing all these sorts of things, but at the same time, also been a bit like, oh, let's not bother him, let's just leave him there for a bit. He's happy, but actually, she was like, no, like take him. It's like tomorrow, I'm going to the coffee shop, meet someone, and I was going to leave him here for like 30 minutes, and I was like, no, actually, now I'm going to take him, make a bit of extra time. It's be busy. There'll be, again, big crowds of people on the way there and stuff. But they say that's how they.
Dan's going to get so many people going, I want to strike.
Mate, I'm going to get so many girls coming up to me with the dog. I'll be like, yeah, yes, ladies, I am single. Don't worry about it. I am single.
Well, we were at Cold Drop Yard, and basically lost everybody that I was with because there was 2 chow chows, and I was just like, see you later. It's fine.
Yeah, that's it. It's amazing though. He is like that. Like Frankie's obviously gorgeous, just like his dad. So don't worry about it.
Are you insinuating that you're a dog? Or a bit of a hound, aren't you, mate?
Well, if I identify as a dog, I can be a dog if I want. If I say I'm a dog, I'm a dog.
Untrue. I think we covered that last week.
No, it's nice, and like you want him to be good with people and stuff. So like they're saying that this is the age that you need to get him out and I suppose seeing people and stuff. So quite interesting. I thought so. Yeah, I just
until he gets to see me.
Until he gets to see you, and then he'll hate people.
It's all right. Other person there will balance it out more than likely, so it's just like best of both worlds.
Yeah, true. That's true. Yeah. Fine there, mate. He loves me, so it's fine.
Oh, that's all right.
It's all good. It's all good.
All right, what were we talking about today? Oh, there was we did have a little light-hearted one because like we're assuming after I come back from Boston and talk Mike Boyle stuff that I'll have lots of heavy topics to talk about.
That's if you listen when you're there. I mean,
I doubt it. Oh, listen to the show, or I don't want to read listen
to Mike Boyle.
Listen to Mike Boyle. What was hilarious actually, because I think I screenshotted a couple of Mike Boyle stuff on my phone, and with the new iOS, right, it sorts it into categories. and what's happening. And guess what the title was of Mike Boyle's things? Halloween. I was like, I don't know if that's particularly the date I took it or screenshot it. I'm hoping so. But it was just very odd to have a. I mean, he's a nice old man. He can be a bit grumpy on his posts, but he's at like 75,000 followers now, mate.
He does look a bit skeletal.
So it was quite interesting. But everybody doesn't know Mike Boyle is. Whilst you listen to this, I think we're in Boston. Or yeah, we're definitely there. So we just spend a little bit of time with him. Seeing what the jam is at Mike Boyle's strength and conditioning systems. And we're going to see the Celtics as well, mate. That'd be fun.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, you bastard.
That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
I really want to go and see a basketball game in America.
All right, well...
I saw when they did it in America.
Time. We can shuffle some budget, it's fine.
Yeah, mate, just pretend like you need me there and like you can pay, third base can pay for it.
Pretty sure you're my PA.
I am your PA, mate. So it should be on this trip, really. But yeah, if you can, get some budget, mate, and get me out there, that'd be great.
We can do that. Of course.
Sure, you can make it work.
Josh has spanned enough listeners off our show, so he should be able to pull some strings, shouldn't he?
Definitely.
Jesus. Right, yeah. We're going to talk a bit of lists, I think, because one of my clients was like, "You haven't done a God tier or list system thing in a while."
Hasn't that been a controversial one, has there, really?
No. Maybe we've unfollowed the people that share them.
Maybe I'd say that. Let's go. I'll have a quick look on Muscle Food. They must have done one like favorite firework or something like that. You know what I mean? Like this screecher or Big Bang or whatever. Fucking.
There's fireworks going off today.
Let's get it wrong. There's not too many around here, to be fair.
No. I live in Zone 2 in London, not quite Zone 1 yet. But yeah, there's quite a lot of. I scared the crap out of me. So I live near some water. Not the River Thames. I do live near the River Thames, but there's also another bit of water. And it was just so loud, it was resonating around there. Absolutely shat myself. And
they haven't done one of this for a while.
That's a shame. No. But we're just going to go on to a little post. I sent it to you, didn't I? That one of the trainers that I've helped in my career-ish, a girl called Christina.
Poor woman.
Also, Victoria Boast, well done. Benching, sing along, boom. Influencing.
Oh, yeah.
All about that. All about it. I sent it to you, didn't I, Daniel? It was about the realities of being a PT, so reality of PT. About having a bit of a reality check. So there's obviously within our industry, there are people who switch careers, right? And there's people who switch careers from being a PT to somebody else wants the 9-to-5 world, or there's people who want to join our industry because it looks like fun and they like training.
Oh my god, that's my pet hate. I hate that. Like, sorry if you're listening to this and that's the reason you got into PT and stuff. I want to make this categorically clear to anyone: if you become a PT because you like training and you love training yourself, please remember that you will have far less time and enjoyment for it when it becomes your job.
Yep.
Just remember that.
Probably the biggest reason that I think myself and Dan are PTs, or have been PTs, and we obviously did sports science, all that kind of stuff, but we genuinely wanted to probably help some people with their health and their life.
Yeah. I went into it because I wanted to do sports science, I wanted to help people perform at their best. And that changed from doing it with footballers. That worked then from footballers through now to general pop. That's the difference. I don't do it for an easy life.
So I don't know if I need to read all of this, but maybe. Because
I think there's a few things, isn't there? I think maybe read out a couple of the points.
Give her a little bit of airtime. So Train with Christina is her handle.
Why don't we go through each point and we'll talk about maybe things that Christina can do or things that we do now differently to what we did at the start, and whether they're just realities of being a trainer full stop, or if they're things that get better as you get better as a trainer.
Yeah. So should we read it in harmony, Dan?
No, that would sound horrific.
So yeah, it opens with, you can go line by line though, can't we? Not line by line, paragraph by paragraph. Yeah.
Go on then. I'd start with PT's a tough gig.
All right. So you sound like you want to start that though, mate. You can take the lead.
I kind of want, yeah.
You can be the man.
So I'll read it word for word then from that point. So PT is a tough gig. It looks like we're just having a great time playing around in gyms all day, and sometimes that's true, but in reality, to make a living at it, it's not always fun.
Yeah, it's a tough gig, 100%. and we are not playing around gyms all day. It's shocking that I think we can play in it now. We understand I haven't got enough time to train all the time. And the last thing I really want to do after I finish my day in a gym is stay and train in a gym most of the time. And I'll be like half an hour, 45 minutes. I like training.
I always get reminded of things I need to do. Like I'll be doing a bench or something. I'll be like, oh yeah, that client asked me to get the video of that. And I'm always like, oh my God, you can't have a big week. You see a dumbbell or something and you're like, oh yeah, I need to do that video about why that's different to kettlebell or whatever. And it's just, Yep.
You will get up at stupid o'clock. 6 a.m. will be a lion for you. Your alarm will be more often be set at 4 to 5 a.m.
Yep. Not for me right now, but it was. I remember my alarm was 5:45 every day. Because I used to do the morning. I never used to want to do evenings, so I used to do every morning, and then the evenings were the times I used to select 2 evenings a week. I did.
Yeah, my alarm is 5:30 every day. 5:30 a.m. I am up and buzzing and eating a plum.
You basically, we used to do it where we used to have showers at the gym and stuff. So
I shower at the gym. Yeah, 100%.
Pack your bag the night before. You wake up, and as soon as you wake up, you grab something to eat or drink, grab a coffee. You walk out the door, and you get on the tube. Yep. That is it. That is it. And then when you're there, you then might have some breakfast. If you haven't eaten it on the way, you then shower. You see a couple of clients. Then after that, you're gonna get your breakfast somewhere out. You have your breakfast at 8:30, 9, like normal people do, but you've been up for 3 hours.
Yeah, you've had pre-breakfast. And everyone's
you probably eat something you tell your clients not to eat, like a croissant or pastry.
That goes to this, right? So you in the next one, mate. Come on.
Oh, where are we at? Here we go.
A normal person
who started work at 6 a.m. would expect to finish at 2, maybe 3, but you'll finish at 7, 8, or 9. Yeah,
Bingo.
I used to do. What did I used to do? My schedule used to look like this.
7-11, mate.
So I used to do Monday mornings. I used to do from 7 a.m. till 11 p.m. I used to close the gym on a Monday night. And my goal when I first started was, say I wanted to do 25 sessions in a week. The way my schedule worked, I was like, right, I've just had the weekend, so I should be fine to get up 5:30 on a Monday. 5:30 on a Monday, I get home at midnight. So I would try and I remember the best weeks I had at the gym where I used to do 10 sessions on that Monday. I used to have 3 in the morning, 3 around lunchtime, mid-morning, mid-afternoon, and then 3 towards the evening, because obviously I was closing the gym so I could do them in the evening. But if you need to do 20, 25 sessions a week to hit your target, and you've done 10 on your first day of the week, you're laughing. But that was common. And then the next day, on the Tuesday, I then used to do, I used to start at maybe 10 or 11, because obviously I've been late. And then I'd go through to 7 or 8 p.m. that day. That was my only other evening I did. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I used to do 7 a.m. till 2 or 3 p.m.
Yeah.
And then the occasional Saturday morning.
So what happened when I started? So we had a shift-based system. Both me and Dan started at that gym within 2-3 weeks of each other. And so my shifts, so the pretty ugly one I had was a Sunday.
Yes, so you did Sunday 6 hours, didn't you?
I work 6 days a week most of the time. And it was 6 hours, a 6-hour shift on a Sunday. And then I was just like, screw it, I'm going to come in Sunday morning, and that's going to be a normal working day for me. And I used to see, like you said, you hit 10 clients on a Sunday. So bearing in mind, I probably don't need to do much throughout the week. So on a Sunday, I'd hit about between 6 to 8 clients and a class. And I'm like, great, cool, I've done that on a Sunday. So therefore, I can back off by Friday. And I used to have half days on Wednesdays because I was the same kind of thing. But then, I'd do Sunday night. So early's most days. Every single day. Every single day. And then it was until I decided, I was like, screw it, I don't want to work Monday mornings. I did that for about a year and a half. And then demand kind of dictated. And I switched my evenings to Monday mornings. But it'd be...
I used to do that on Saturday as well. I remember I used to see it as a reason. One, right? Yeah, I used to see it as a reason to get up and go to London, and then you'd meet your mates at lunchtime or see someone later on. And if you did a client 8 and 9, train yourself, you're done by 11. And most people on Saturday morning are up at 11 anyway and doing stuff. So it was actually, I was always up at, if you didn't set an alarm, I was up at 7 anyway because you're fucking so used to getting up early. So that was just kind of normal, really.
So I had Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, and Thursday night were the ones that I started when I first started. Those ones, and I didn't end at 8. Generally speaking, every now and again, I might. Yeah,
I do feel like it gets easier to. You have to get full first. Like you have to hit your target numbers first before you can start moving people around, and then you start going right. I don't want to do that 9 p.m. anymore, so I'm going to move that person to 7 or whatever, and you open up those slots. And as people maybe stop training with you, or they move away, or they got work, you start shifting people around into your own schedule a little bit, I suppose.
So I speak about my schedule now, and then I will be, I'm 7 a.m. every single day, but I will be blocked out from pretty much 7 till 12, 7 till 1. So it's 5 to 6 clients every single morning.
So read the next one, because it kind of links in.
So you will work 14-hour days, but be paid half of those hours, because that's just what you need to do to have a full book of clients. We work when you don't. Yeah.
So that's something that that you have to do initially off the bat, like I said about that Monday. And I always chose that Monday regardless. I always used to do that. But as you become a better trainer, as you become more well known, as you have more loyal clients, you can start moving them around. And if they say, "Oh, can I come at 7 or 8?" you'd be like, "Oh, I can't do that anymore." You kind of go, "What about 3 or 4?" Move them to a preferable time for you. Most people in London anyway can get away with doing an hour at a time during the day. Like a lot of employers now are pretty flexible with that sort of thing, and clients would rather train then those times as well, because the gym's less busy and all that sort of stuff. So you then have to start trying to make sure that you don't have massive gaps in your day. Like we used to have gaps of maybe an hour. I would very rarely try and have longer than 2 hours, and if I did have 2, I'd train in that 2.
Yeah.
But your goal, once you get full, is to then go, right, how can I minimize these blocks in between clients that I can shift them around into, so that I'm not working like a whole day. So that's why we used to do 7. I used to be basically in from 7 till 3. I might have had a couple of hour gaps in the middle of that for lunch, or I'd move them around. They weren't always consistent. They should be the same hour. It might be that some days I'd do 7 till 11 back to back. It might have been some days you did 7 till 9, then half 10 to half 12 or whatever. But you have to be quite strict at that point with the hours you're going to work, and you can't change every single day. You have to do it day, like 1 month you go, right, I'm going to move my Friday, I'm not going to do the evening, I'm going to stop at 3. And then you go, right, do that for a month and then change another day. And you can't piss people off too much. But once you become good and once you become confident in your ability at managing your time, you get better at it.
Yeah.
Because people enjoy training with you. They don't want to not train with you. They'd rather train with you. So they'll kind of look for, I can move that around, I can do that, and it's fine.
Yeah, they can be your friend. They realise that, actually, I could probably do that for you. Let's do it.
Exactly.
We got clients will cancel last minute and expect you to move the session. And if you're a kind, accommodating person who will, you've just wasted another hour unpaid.
Yeah, that comes in with time.
I got asked this today by a trainer that's just started last month as well. There's like the cancellation policies. Because I have my own. The gym has the rule. So our gym had a rule of 24 hours, right? 24 hours notice, and you're obliged. You can charge them. Well, it's because obviously you're running a business, right?
Uh-huh.
I have my own rule, and I say if I can't fill the slot, I'll probably charge you. If you cancel on the day before, I won't charge you, because I'm nearly 95% sure if I will fill the slot, or I'll be like, great, I get a break then. I can do something else. Because I'm not that worried about it. And then if they cancel on the day, and then they know they will be charged. Or I'm that accommodating that I've trained my clients for maybe 3 to 5 years, and I've got a good rapport with them, or they're just friends, and I'll be like, all right, here's my diary. These are the times that I will be willing to move you to. If you can't, then I will charge you. Because it's got to be on my terms and not yours. So... And everybody's fine with that, and they kind of know where they stand. And it's also tit for tat. One of the biggest things for trainers, if you cancel on your client late, you owe them a session. You owe them that hour, because that's bullshit. I see some of that happening, and I'm like, what? How? No, it's not. It's a two-way street. It's like you owe them a free session, or you. What I say to them, I go, I owe you a free cancellation. I was like, you get to, you can hold on to it for as long as you like, and you can cancel for free on me. Absolutely fine. If you don't want to, give them a free session.
Yeah, I think there's that element to it where if you're being accommodating, that's where you can then sit down. So I, for example, if I had someone who, say they booked in at 7 p.m. every Tuesday, whatever, and it's like 3 weeks out of 7 or 8, they cancelled, or they were running late, or they missed them, that'd be my opportunity to go, well, I've got all these other slots available during the day. What about at 3? What about at 2? What about at 10? Can you make that regularly, or can you do it on a different day? And if they're always feeling like they're rushed to get out for 7, like try and make it like open up that conversation to be like, oh, actually, you can move to this time or that time, and that can be something that really is beneficial for you. And I agree with Tom. I used to be a bit flexible with it. If there were some clients that used to really piss me off because they were always late, if they were notorious, I'd be like, no, charge 24. If there was someone I saw 3 times a week and they were very rarely late, and they sent me a text like, really sorry, I've got to cancel today, and it was like 20 minutes before, I'm like, I'm charging you. But if it was the night before, they're like, I've got to rush away, I'm just being booked on a plane, and like you say, you look at your schedule, you've got 9 sessions, and you're like, actually, I can do the break there anyway. You kind of just go, okay, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Be a human about it. And again, depending on what the emergency is or whatever as well, if the people, amount of times we used to have a client be like, oh, I'm just running late, I'd be like, right, well, that's not my fault. Like, if you've got to go and visit your kid in hospital, I'll let you off, because you're not doing it on purpose, whereas some people they were doing it on purpose, they were just being dicks basically. So it's that trade-off as well you have to think about. So next one, you will have clients who don't suit you. Try as I might, not take on any body transformation people and just stick with clients who want to lift. When I need the hours, I need the hours. Yeah, that's common, like when you're starting out in anything. For years you might even have that, but at the same time there's the other element to it where their goal may not suit your goals, but if your personality types suit as well, like that person might just want to train with you because they like you, and there's that element to it as well. But ultimately, that's where you can speak to PTs, other PTs, because they might have a client that you'd rather have that they don't want, and it might be best off that you change it. I remember we had a client who used to have 3. He used to be trained by 3 of us because he liked different training styles, and we were like, okay, cool. I mean, in fact, he never stuck to one of them. Not even on that. But that's fine. Again, there's some people that like that kind of thing. So it could be that you speak to another trainer, but actually, this guy wants to do more boxing. I don't like that. Your guy there, you want to do more boxing, but that guy there wants to do Olympic lifts. Do you want to swap? And you can just sit down with the client and go, look, I think this coach would be better suited for this goal, and you swap. And that can work sometimes as well. Like, that's not unheard of to do that.
Absolutely not. If you've got in a gym that will quite happily trade off people, like people cover my clients when I'm away, absolutely fine. As long as I'll pick them. But yeah, and I also share clients. I share probably 2 or 3 with people, and I can only see them 2-3 times a week, and then they get to see another trainer. It's absolutely fine, who's learning their trade or whatever. So be just trusted stuff. I think the next 2 we'll skip chasing hours, finding. I think it's not just physically tiring, it's mentally and emotionally draining. We can preach to clients about getting enough sleep, eating well, and trying to de-stress, but in reality, our job can regularly get in the way of all of those things.
Oh yeah, I'm like a walking example of that.
Yeah,
no, it's hard. It's harder to. I think people say it's easier, but it's not. As a PT, I think it's harder to motivate yourself to train. And again, you've got the stress and panic of people cancelling, wanting to move. They might want to move into when you're training. You've got to go, well, I'd rather have money and get paid for my job than train myself, and that becomes an issue. And you sacrifice your own stuff that you enjoy doing. You might sacrifice, social life potentially and things like that. So it happens a lot. That really does happen a lot, and you have to be. Because I remember the other thing as well is people used to say to me, or I mean even now, like with what I do, I might have like the odd half day during the week free here and there, and it's like, oh great, and I'd be like, yeah, but I can't speak to anyone or do anything because all my friends are working. Like,
yeah.
So it's like it's all well and good, but I can't like be popping to London. And be, oh Tom, what should we do? Nothing. I'm training my clients. Go away. Like, it's so it's not also that thing of people think, oh, you might have this free time, but ultimately no one else is off at that time either, so you can't really like make the most of it, as it were.
Yeah. But yeah,
it's going to be annoying.
I think that ends the post, really, mate.
Yeah,
I think so. So think about.
I think it's important people can know that going in, and they know it's not all hunky dory. And like you said, the only way, when you get better, when you become more streamlined in what you do, but you also become more, I suppose, more confident in your ability to. I don't say stand up to clients, that sounds bad, but be more forthright in your schedule. Like, well, no, I can't do that time anymore. Like, I've got something on now. I can't do that time. If you've done a good enough job with them and you're a good trainer and they like being with you, they'll probably find another time that they can do.
Yeah.
I bet you that 1 hour is not the only one that they can do in their schedule. That's just preferable for them right now. I had plenty of clients that started off that way and then eventually moved to like Thursday 3 p.m. I was like, fucking brilliant.
Yeah. Why have we never done this before? Like two of my Sunday clients, they were like, oh yeah. When I got moved off that shift, I was like, FYI, I'm not doing Sundays anymore. They were like, all right, cool. Yeah, we were waiting just for you to move. was like, why didn't you tell me that you could move? I was like, of course I want you in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I could have done Thursday morning anytime. Like,
crazy. All
right, well, why the hell am I seeing you? Why are we killing each other on a Sunday at 7 p.m? All right, what is going on? Awful.
Crazy,
right, let's do some lists, mate. Last 10 minutes.
You love
of
a
this
list.
show. Love a list. We've got a couple. We can use some. We can get a vote of what you want to do, mate. So we're going to definitely, let's do the holiday food tiers and drinks. So there's a few here. So, but also, I said, damn, it's holiday food, not just Christmas food, because you've got Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Don't know any Thanksgiving foods.
Hanukkah. You don't know any Thanksgiving food?
Don't know.
Yes,
don't know any Hanukkah foods. All right, name me a Hanukkah food right now.
Hanukkah. I have no idea.
Yeah. Well, you just said Hanukkah, so.
No, you said Thanksgiving. You said, I don't know any Thanksgiving food.
It's
the
the same as Christmas. Turkey, exactly.
Pumpkin pie, that's about it.
None of those to get on the list, so there you go.
Alright, brilliant.
Waste of time.
What other holiday are there? There's got to be another one. Halloween?
Just
Halloween food. Whatever, mate. Grow up.
Well, sweet, isn't it? Yeah, well, you're the one that said holiday season, mate. It's Christmas, mate. Alright?
Gee, we're just being... It's just... We're so PC.
Yeah, number one, pigs in blanket. Gotta be.
Oh, no.
Why are they never around any other time of year? Like, they're a great thing.
Well, that's stuffing as well, mate. Why is stuffing never really around? Why is it... Do
you know what? If there was pigs in blankets and stuffing sandwiches, I'd eat them. That's
probably better than these lists. Let's rank the Christmas dinner. Because that's going to happen.
That's basically all we're doing here.
So, where we got? No, cereals. What are you talking about?
I actually think that the meat in a Christmas dinner isn't even in the top three. I think you've got pigs in blankets, stuffing, then roast potatoes.
Pigs in blankets, stuffing.
Because the roast potatoes at Christmas dinner are always cooked in goose fat.
Yeah, that's good.
Aren't they? People always cook in goose fat and they taste better. How many... do you reckon, what do they have to do? Do you reckon they just give geese liposuction to get that? Is that what they do?
What?
To get the goose fat?
Get goose fat. Kill a goose.
What happens to the goose?
Eat it.
Well, no, but like the fat stays on the goose though. Like
I guess so. Yeah. I don't know. I never really thought about it, mate. If I'm honest.
Yeah, that's what liposuction. They have to liposuct. They get it all off, don't liposuct the goose, and then they cook it.
And they eat the goose.
Oh, it must be. Think about it. Think on about that.
Because I'm guessing, because a goose would be normally cooked in goose fat.
Well, yeah.
I don't know.
But, you're not going to cook the goose and then drain all the fat off.
What's lard made out of? What's lard made out of? Because that's just fat.
Pork.
All right. Yeah. Well, isn't it the same premise?
Yeah, they do liposuction
on the pig.
Yeah. Same with beef dripping. They do it on a cow.
This is weird, isn't it? It's a weird conversation. I've never really thought about it.
Well, think about it now. There you go. I'm thinking about it.
Mind blown. So, a bit weird.
There you go. Same thing with olive oil. That's the same with olives. They just liposuct
olives.
They don't mash them. They don't mash them. Because with olives, you mash them, right? And that's how you get the oil out. I get that. And grapes, that's how you get wine.
You don't do that with a pig.
But you don't mash a goose and get the fat off, do you?
No, I hope not.
Otherwise,
where did they get some letters?
Liposuction, I'm telling you. That's how they do it.
Bit weird, isn't it? Christmas food tier. So there's one here. It's awful.
Which does sound really odd, doesn't it? Think about it. So you roast your potatoes in liposucked goose fat.
Yeah. Why wouldn't it? It doesn't sound great, but it tastes fucking amazing.
Yeah, it tastes
so it's moot point, mate. So this person has put in the gross tier pigs and blankets. What's going on?
Oh, they're doing it just for engagement.
Yeah, just engagement. Absolutely fun. So you've got like gingerbread stuff. They're good.
No.
Gingerbread men are great.
They're not
middle
great.
tier. Middle. Eggnog.
No, awful.
That's a weird fucking American thing. Get out. That's just no. What's going on there? Eggnog. Hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate. Yes.
It's all about that. That's good.
There's a bit of Baileys then.
Bit of Baileys. Nice bit of Irish cream. 100%. What's the gingerbread lattes? Because I've had my pumpkin spice.
I haven't had either of them yet.
Have you not?
No.
Pumpkin spice, it always annoys me, and I always get a big one. But it's kind of the season now. I did actually. I had a hot chocolate when I was training one of my clients at like 5 p.m. on the gym floor. Just why not?
Because you can.
Because I can. And nobody's gonna tell me off. Absolutely fine. And then it is the season for kind of like having a mocha. I do like mochas.
Yeah.
They're good. Just the candy canes. Christmas candy cane is terrible. What is that? Don't hang that on a tree. If you hate your children, that's what you hang on a tree.
Yeah, not a fan.
Jesus. If you give that to Isabel, she's like, where's the chocolate, Daddy?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. Don't worry about it. I'm not a shit parent.
Yeah?
Yeah, honest.
Honest. Then you kind of got panettone. That's Christmassy.
Not a fan.
Great.
It's not God tier or anything like that, is it? It's just all right.
Oh, it's fantastic, mate. How about what other stuff do you get? Christmas pudding, not great.
No, Christmas pudding shit.
Christmas pudding's poor, innit? You go Yule log or something like that.
Yeah, it's not bad, Yule log, but at Christmas dinner we never bother with desserts really, because you just go straight for the chocolate, don't you? You go straight for your selection box.
Yeah.
You just smash the selection box.
32.
The whole thing. All 6. Straight on there.
All six.
I tell you what. Here's a question that is a bit of a list question, but it's more of a poll really, which I might put on Instagram or a bit close to Christmas maybe. What time on Christmas Day do you have your Christmas dinner? Is it at lunchtime, like as in midday, sort of between maybe sort of like 12 and 2, 3, or is it in the evening between sort of like 4 and 7?
So I have this discussion almost on a yearly basis with people, because our family is apparently weird. And obviously when I was...
You should have it in the evening. That's weird.
We have it kind of middle of the afternoon, like 4 or 5 p.m.
Weird.
Right?
Weird.
But so what actually happens on a Christmas day, and Dan's just call me out, you can say this. And obviously when we were children, we did presents like as soon as we woke up. But now, since probably we're about, 14, 15, so we wake up. We don't dress up ever for Christmas. It is a day of just being in your slacks and just wearing whatever the fuck you like. We will just casually have breakfast, not a family breakfast, do what you like, absolutely fine. And then we take all the dogs for a walk.
Oh, okay, I like that, yeah.
As a little family. It's nice.
Yeah, that's a big thing on Christmas. I like that.
Doing that. Family time. Then you come back, chill out, do some chocolate. Presents and stuff hasn't even been looked at yet, mate. They're still under the tree. We're already probably at 2-3 p.m. on Christmas Day.
God, you're boring, aren't you?
And then we do dinner at like probably about 4, and then that lasts obviously a couple of hours, blah blah blah, and then we get progressively drunker throughout the day. And we also what do we do? Like starter, some fish, pate, birds. We usually like pheasant-y people, so we do a lot of game. So like bird in bird, that kind of stuff, and then then you go into the living room and then start presents at like maybe 7, 8, 9 p.m.
You see, I like that way of doing it. Like, I like the presents in the evening. I think that's a good idea, because I think it encourages it to not just be about the presents, and you've got something to look forward to still, and that sort of stuff
that you don't see all the time.
I do like that, but I think it is weird having it that late. I don't think you need to. But I suppose I think walking the dog, having a breakfast, walking the dogs, good, happy with that. Then the gap in the middle, I'm not happy about that. I think that needs to be
filled with
a little bit. And then maybe have the dinner, and then maybe have more like the sleep post dinner, because oh god, and then the presents in the evening, because you're a bit more drunk, and I suppose you be a bit more funnier and stuff like that. But we tend to have a very regimented breakfast. It's like usually smoked salmon, scrambled eggs, whatever, in the morning, and you have to get dressed for that. You can't be in your pajamas. You're showered, you're dressed. You don't have to be like in your smart or anything. You just have to be dressed. Then straight after breakfast, it would be right into presents. Presents are done. Mum's in and out checking on all the food. Then it's Christmas lunch, so it's like 1, 2 o'clock. You have it, and then everyone just veggies out watching films and getting drunk and eating celebrations and stuff. But now with obviously Frankie, it might mean that we do have to go out for a little morning walk. We do have to.
I'm saying this is a good thing. Get a coffee,
definitely,
go.
Definitely. Well, because dogs don't know it's Christmas, do they? So you have to go out for a walk.
Go for a walk, isn't he?
But I think it's different with kids as well. Like, I think Isabel's she knows now, and it's like she wouldn't be able to wait until the evening. She wouldn't be able to wait.
No.
It wouldn't be worth the day. I would just be like, oh, whatever. I wouldn't hang on that long. I'd give in far before that, and she knows that as well.
It's interesting. It's interesting what people's holiday days are. But yeah, holiday foods. Let's rank one more list for me from MyFitnessPal, because we're meant to be a health fitness podcast. We can't just talk Christmas dinners. So ranking 25 of the most popular superfoods. Do you want to go from worst to first, or first to worst?
Worst to first.
Worst to first. Somebody's mental. Right, you can even what they are. So 25, spirulina.
Surprised that low.
It's crap. 24, skew.
Skew.
Skew. The Icelandic yogurt, mate. Skew.
Oh, the yogurt, skier.
That's not how it's pronounced, but all right.
Skier, yeah.
No, it's definitely pronounced skew.
Skier, okay.
Skew.
Yeah.
Definitely pronounced skew.
Idiot, you are.
It's decent. Seaweed.
Seaweed. Why is that above skier? Like
crazy.
What?
22, salmon. How's that superfood? Is that superfood? Salmon.
I don't know. It's got omega-3 in it.
Bit of gravlax all over that. Number 21, Sacha Inchi.
I don't even know what that is.
It's also known as Inca peanut.
I don't even know what that is.
Brilliant. I don't know what that is. And then number 20, nuts and nut butters. What? You just said there was a nut.
Let's just group them together. Nuts and nut butters. Yeah, all of them. All of them.
19, interesting, medicinal mushrooms.
Brilliant.
I mean, who doesn't like a bit of reishi and cordyceps and chaga?
Oh, fucking hell. What
number
am I fitness pal doing?
Number 18, matcha, of course.
Right, okay, I'm sorry, hang on. Right, you're putting in nuts and nut butters as one lumped thing, but yet spirulina, seaweed, and what's that? Matcha are different things.
Oh, yeah. That's just green tea leaves, isn't it? And then number 7, I think this person got lazy, and they were like, just do the M's. Maca. Maca 17, matcha 18, of course. Maca is a root. Lovely. 16, kombucha.
Yeah, I've heard of that tea in it. It's big in America.
Yeah, it's like effervescent crap. It's horrible. 15. I actually go agree with this because jackfruit. Have you had jackfruit?
No, it's the one that vegans use to replicate pulled pork, isn't it?
Oh my god, it blew my mind. I was at a birthday party 2 weeks ago, and I thought it was pulled pork or pulled chicken, and I went for it, and it was jackfruit. I was convinced. I was drunk, but I was convinced.
There we go. The key bit of context for everyone there. I was drunk, but
I was convinced it was, and I was like, "What is going on? That looks so real."
What about when you bit into it though? Did it look real? What about when you bit into it?
It looked real. It didn't taste like meat. No.
I was about to say, fuck that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right.
You'd know, 100%. Number 14, hemp seeds.
Oh, yeah. Just the seeds though.
Just mate. Number 13, goji berries.
Oh, they're useless.
They're awful. Number 12, freaky. I don't know what that is. Freaky.
Yeah.
Apparently a bit like quinoa. All right. Number 11, flax seeds. No.
Oh,
number 10, fermented foods. Just put them all together though.
Just
all of it. Whatever's fermented, stick it in. Absolutely fine. Of course they help maintain gut health.
I'm surprised they're not put like kimchi as something separate and all that. Do you know?
Yeah, that's a bit.
Sauerkraut.
Number 9, dragon fruit. I mean, it sounds amazing.
Just because it sounds good.
It's basically a kiwi, isn't it? Number 8, dark leafy greens.
Ridiculous. That's seaweed. Seaweed comes under that.
Well, that's just so. I think we think like coloured greens, kale, spinach, all that kind of thing, right?
I'm just really struggling with the mass
groupings.
The mass grouping of something. Very specific.
It'll be number 7. Meat. Meat.
Yeah, meat.
You're like, what?
Number 1 will be calories. Any calories.
Number 7, coconut. Not a nut, is it?
That's not a nut, is it?
Yeah, no. They've done us there, mate. Number 6, chia seeds.
Why do nut and nut butters go together, but chia seeds, flax seeds are all different?
Yeah, boost fibre there, don't they? Thickening smoothies, making a vegan pudding.
Fuck it off.
Number 5, cauliflower. Oh, right. Cauliflower is so unversatile, and they've started making it into burgers and pizza crusts and awful.
You see, Marks & Spencer did cauliflower steaks the other day.
What the fuck? I mean, like...
It's just a slice of cauliflower that you're supposed to grill. Oh my god.
Who's grilling cauliflower?
How do you want that? Medium rare or...
Oh, burnt to
do you want it bleeding or...
What's that? In the bin. Yeah, correct. All right.
Yeah.
Number 4, cacao.
Just say chocolate.
Give me some chocolate, mate. Yeah.
Cacao.
Elevated mood and cognitive function you get cacao for. Top 3, mate. Our friends the bees. Bee pollen. Bee pollen. Isn't that honey?
Yeah. No, but yeah. But...
All right, I'm gonna go. I'd rather put honey in it. Number 2, of course. You can probably guess at least one of these.
Avocado.
There we go. You're like, it hasn't turned up yet. Avocados. Yeah. Of course, that's number 2. But number 1, mate.
Probably some sort of seed that's not been grouped into the other shit.
I believe this is pronounced Asahi.
The beer?
No.
There's a beer, isn't there, called Asahi?
So there is a Japanese beer called Asahi, isn't it? Or are you going to call it Akai?
Akai. I don't even know. Yeah, I don't care.
A-C-A-I.
I don't care enough
Berry.
to pronounce it correctly.
I'm pretty sure it's Asahi beer. Acai bowl, acai. Yeah, it's definitely called acai.
The
only reason why I know this is because Josh loves them. And
that's a shock.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, it's the best thing ever." It's just a smoothie bowl it's a decent smoothie bowl, but it's like having dessert. It's pretty weird. Big thing in London, apparently. But yeah, those are your top 25.
Give me pigs in blankets anyway. They're a superfood, mate. They're a superfood.
Pretty much. I think on that note, we can end this show because we've gone on for far too long. We're at 40 minutes now. I've been speaking to Dan for over 2 hours.
That's too long. Too long. Crazy. See you later. I'm done now.
No one bought me a drink.
Have fun in Boston.
I will have fun in Boston. Thanks, guys, for listening, and I guess we'll catch you after we come back.
Next week, we'll do the review.
See you later, guys.